Yo everybody, give me a second, just getting the tables sorted and then check if the sound works. Twitch seems to have some error. Give me a second. Day 13. Okay, and on YouTube, still processing the title. Oh wait. Let's see if this works. Table 1 with one here. Nobody wants to sit and play. This is annoying. All the tables are full and nobody wants to sit. So here we have another table. Table 2, which is, yeah, same one. Seen someone sits and plays. 1 second, guys. There's literally nobody on 10 and L or higher. How's everybody doing? Just let me double check if we're live. Not really sure how to see this on YouTube. Why this is not loading. Ah, there we go. We have a table at least. Table 3. There we go. I also need to change the thumbnail, but I'm not sure how to do that on the top of my head. Maybe here somewhere. There we go. One second, guys. Should have the right thumbnail in a second as well. Perfect. With one table going, and hopefully we get some more tables going in a few seconds. Audio seems to be working with King Queen suited, so that's something good. And let's see, this guy seems to be a recreational. And here we can 3-bet against the button, who seems to be a regular. Let's bump it up. Thumbnail should be the right one now, which is good. On Twitch, not sure if it's working on Twitch. Take it down with the King Queen though. For me, Twitch is not loading. YouTube, however, is, so I think that's good. Let me know how the audio is, if it's loud enough or not. That seems good. YouTube seems fine, just Twitch is not loading. So I'll try to figure out whether or not that's working. Meantime, we'll play the ace-4. We'll just have to fold against the 3-bet. Still checking if there's any more tables. Just open sitting on all the empty tables, literally, that there are, but there's no more tables at the moment. Something seems to be wrong with Twitch. Now it's loading. All right. And here we just have a fold to the Jack-7 suited. And yeah, I have table 1, I have table 2. I also have a 4th table that I didn't even put on screen yet. But just nobody playing, so we'll just stick with table 3. Would have been a nice flop if we were the ones that could have isolated. Yeah, Bankroll took a little hit after last session, but hopefully we're still at $788. Still doing well. Sorry for the long delays, just I was really busy the last couple of weeks. But back now, and hopefully can pump out some more content. Oh. Somebody was about to sit. It's really unusual that all the tables are full and no broken tables. Nobody wants to play heads up. Guy just jams it in on the river. Wow. I guess it's a pot size bet left, so it's not as extreme. Let me see sound settings. Bring my mic a little closer, hopefully that helps. And then should be better. Let me know if you guys if the audio is good. Let me know how everybody's doing. We don't have much going on right now, so just feel free to ask any questions in the chat. We're doing a bankroll challenge, trying to get from 500 to 5k. I think this is day 13, although I would need to double check. If I remember correctly. When was the last time I streamed? Give me a second. Let me see, last session was quite some time ago, and it was, sorry, got a fault there, it was day 12, yeah, so today we're at day 13, that's good. Trying to get a winning session in today and boost the bankroll. No, I think the issues were just that it didn't load on Twitch, but I got the VPN now, so that should work normally. But nobody wants to play. Guys, somebody in the chat, are you playing 25NL? Oh, we got a 10NL table, I'll just take that. So we have some more action for now. Move this table over there. Will defend against EP, although it's close with a Jack 10. And it looks like we just have a check fold here, facing a C-bet, especially a large one. And then table 4 here, we have a 10NL table for now. We'll just take any action that we can get. Have a recreational to our right, so that's good. Until we get some more 25NL tables. Yeah, so right now we're playing 25NL tables until we hit 1k with our bankroll, and then the goal is to, or the plan is to move up to 15L and play there until we are at 2k. I might mix in stakes if I think it's necessary, or if it's fitting. Like ones who are $900, I might already mix in 1 or 2 tables of 15L if I find a good one. See a min open here on table 3. Monkey Billy BG is following. Thank you very much for the follow. Kind of flat here with the anti-tables on the button against just a min open. There's some extra money in there, so it's even smaller than a min open theoretically. I think it's fine, even without a reg behind, or I don't know, the players in the big blind. And we don't flop anything. Flop is okay for us, but facing a c-bet of half pot, just fold. Alright. Still no more tables available at the moment, which is really unfortunate. I guess we could start another 10NL table, just so we get some action. Let's see. So this is table 1. If it would load. another 10 table. There we go. There we go. And we seem to have found a recreational. So at least we got 3 tables going. Let's see the table overview. Perfect. Table 2 is not loading properly, but we'll fix that once we have a 4th table going. Yeah, also over on YouTube, first or second time. Hello, says Nathan. How are you doing, mate? Sorry, I just gotta check both chats differently, so might be a bit slow answering on YouTube. How are you doing, Nathan? Good to have you. Hopefully I'll be back to do some more regular streams, once or twice a week for the Bankroll challenge, so we can actually get some progress and then see how it goes. Getting 3-bet here, basically all in of 25 bigs, obviously nothing really we can do. I also played a little bit in the mid-stakes cash game world championship that CoinPoker runs at the moment. Again, I didn't have too much time, so only managed to record 1 session. But if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I recorded the footage and I could, you know, do like a review session, either alone or with Peter or with some other players. Going over it. It's definitely a really cool thing. If you haven't, I think they stream every evening. Some crazy plays in there. And ISO the ace-4 against the limp. Not too large, I still want to be able to fold and not lose too much if he jams. Taking down pre is good. On table 1, why is table 1 not loading? Oh, we are on table 1. Something is not right there. Table 1 should be 10 and there we go. I take it down, and now we also have table 2. Table 2 is 25. This one here. Alright, now we have 2 guys playing heads up. What is wrong with OBS? Why is it not recognizing the table? Jesus Christ, give me 1 second, guys. I'll play the poker deuces here. Table 4 will defend the king jack. We could also 3-bet, to be honest. Let's 3-bet. And table 3 went for a 3-bet. We're gonna go for a small c-bet. And we get a call. Now just checking this down. I don't really think I want to bluff this. Still ahead of some hands, obviously, but not expecting to win too much if we check down, especially on the 10 of diamonds. But hopefully sometimes winning against 9s. In the check then we lose against king 10, which is fine. On table 4 we are 3-betting, going for a c-bet. 8 on the turn doesn't change too much. It gives him some 8x, but I think I still like going for a double barrel there on the turn. We do take it down, which is great. Table 1 we went for a large c-bet on the flop, going to double barrel now on the river. Sorry, on the turn, hoping to hit. Don't think I want to bluff this hand on the river. And yeah, here we're checking. We sometimes head of king 10, queen 10 of diamonds. On the 9, it's just a really bad. So many draws that we missed. This one is definitely going to give up. Bit unfortunate. A club would have won us a stack there, but not much we can do. Table 3, we called a min 3 bet from the big blind, and we see now pot size bet. I'm just going to straight up forward this. We have a bluff catcher that can't really improve. We don't have a heart in our hand. 4s, 5s would be better. Any 6 would be better. Ace 3 would be a lot better. Yeah, I don't think I need to do anything here. Alright, but at least we finally got some tables. So let me make sure that all are shown. So we have table 5, the outer table, which is this one. Perfect, we went to c-bet, and we're just going to check this down now. And we have table 1, which is this one, table 2, which is not this one. It's 25/1. Yep, it's this one, perfect. And here table 5, we c-bet small, check, check, turn, he block bets. It's not great, especially having the 9 of diamonds, but I think we still just call for this price. Some random floats you could have as pocket 5s. That's fine. Table 3, we have this one, and table 4 is not this one. So let me fix table 4. Table 4 is not this one, not this one. Again, great of coin poker that all have the same name. No, it's also not this one. That's perfect. OBS isn't recognizing all of them. Anyway, let's play this hand here. We flop the flush draw on a board that's pretty good for EP. Just going to play check call. Once he goes check check, I think I want to apply a lot of pressure here and go for a really, really large bet, even larger than this one. And we do take it down, which is awesome. We can take it down right away. Table 4 still, OBS just doesn't recognize it, which is just annoying. There we go, now we have it. Alright, back to table 1. We limp, we see it for 1 big blind, check, check, turn. And river plan is to check call this. Not loving the pot size bet there, but I think an ace would very often. He also bets pot really, really quick. Here's some jack 10, queen jack, random floats, but they might bluff smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one go against pot. And there we go. We have 4 table going, 1 table of 5 and L. Sorry, 10 and L. Here I'm going to ice this with a6, just trying to take down the pot. And we got 2 folds. Can we get one more? Perfect. Table 1. We isolated. We get a call from the big blind. Hopefully our friend here, the cutoff, just jams it. He just calls. We flop middle set, basically the nuts here. Because I don't think anybody's going to have aces here. So just going to start with a small bet. Ideally keep both players in. But we get 2 folds, which is very unfortunate. Table 2, we 3-bet against what looks like a recreational. We get a 4-bet from a recreational very quickly. This is scary. Can we fold this right away? Guy just sat down. I think we have to make a call. And we see a check. You're definitely going to check back. Just trying to realize. Looks a lot like ace-king. Quick 4-bet. Check on a low board. Which isn't ideal, but with the queen on the turn now, that's a pretty decent turn. So going to start betting now. And that's a above average runout for ace queen after we see a flop like this one. And obviously we're just gonna fake tank a little bit and then jam this in. We get a quick call. Should be good here. A6 with the 4-bet. That's why we don't fold to 4-bet. Because there can be all sorts of random stuff happening. Table 3 we called a check raise. Going for a small step now on the turn. Gonna upgrade this guy to a whale. And then on this river, can have some a6 of diamonds. But I think we just have to bluff this. We have no showdown value, and it's typically not a line where I expect a lot of strong hands. Check raising, check calling the turn. Table 4 we defended against EP. We flop second pair. Could have been a hand that we 3-bet pre-flop goes check check, which is great. Turn we're just gonna check, trying to get this to showdown. On such a dynamic board I wanna reopen more polarized. And let me switch table 1 because we got another 25 NL table going, which has the same name as all the other 25 NL tables. We see a delayed bet here. This isn't great, but I'm gonna call one. We still have outs to prove like this and king, queen, queen 10. Loads of hands like this one. Unfortunately, he did check back, so I guess he was value betting on a turn and we just got lucky. But he can have a lot of delayed flush draws, a lot of king, queen that check back the flop, queen 10, king 10. I think that's a fine call there. On the turn, Twitch is working. YouTube is working. Let me know if audio or something is not right. And yeah, let's try and win some more stacks. We get more 25 NL tables, so I'm gonna ditch one of the 10 NL tables. I think just gonna potentially sit out both. So we're gonna sit out here and we have another 25 NL table. There we go. It even seems to have, no, it's not this one. Why is it not showing the right one? Now it's showing the right one. Perfect. No playable hands at the moment. Just marking some players here. At table 3 you definitely want to defend. Min open and flat call for one more big low suited hands. Flop middle pair. Obviously dead against an ace, but we definitely have equity. This is really suspicious. He bets large on a board where he just wants to bet small. A lot of his hands, kings, queens, jacks, just want to check. Don't see any bluffs. This is just an ace. Pretty much always. We have a really good hand with a lot of equity, but against a large bet, where he says he has ace, queen, ace, jack plus. Pretty much always just going to fold. There's just no bluffs. Sure, could raise and represent nines and deuces, but I think when he bets, when he makes it so obvious he has a strong hand, best is to just fold. Even a weak ace, I would just fold there right away. We got the 625 in that table, so now the tables are rolling. We got a 3-bet here on table 4. We're going to defend with the ace jack suited. Wrong call, unfortunately. We needed hearts. We needed hearts. Against a 25% bet I would call. Against 1/3 on a king high mono board, I think I'm just out right away. Again, don't think we get the right price to call, and I'm assuming the range is going to be a bit too strong. We also have table 6, which is this one. Perfect. And now hopefully we can get everything going. With another 25 on the table, but this one I'm going to leave. Give me 1 second. Alright, we see another limper here on table number 2. Gonna bump this up again, just trying to take this down pre-flop with an ace. Think the small one is pretty much always folding, so we only need to go through the button, and even if he calls, we can play, and this guy's just been limping a lot of hands, so we get one fold, and we get another fold. Just free money, basically. Sure, you could just check behind, try and hit, but it's gonna be difficult to navigate an a6 out of position, so I think just raising and taking it down most of the time. Is the best play. We've pocket kings on table 3, so I just gotta answer text there. And we get a flat call from what looks like a recreational. Gonna go and start off with a small c-bet. Expecting him to float quite wide. And then I would check the turn, letting him stab a lot, and probably going for a check raise on most bricks on a turn. Definitely recreational now, limping again. Sure, King 10 not the best hand, but against a limping range of a guy that plays pretty much every hand, King 10 should still be doing quite well. We get a call with flop top here again. Similar strategy, going for a small c-bet. And then letting him float somewhat wide, and now going into check call mode. So don't have the nuts, so keeping the pot a little smaller. It's fine, he checks back rather quickly, and now we pretty much always have the best hand, and therefore can go for a reasonable sized bet. Overbetting I think is a little bit too thin. I think he's just gonna fold and he checks back so quickly, but a queen might get sticky here, put me on ace jack, ace 10, missed flush draws, but he does just fold. Ishtabob, hello, like the way you're explaining. Awesome, man. Hope this is good to see you. First time in the chat here. Definitely feel free to leave a follow if you want to. Try and check out our Discord. There we post whenever we go live, so if you don't want to miss any of the future streams, it's obviously completely free, so feel free to check that out. See a small c-bet with pocket 3s, no diamond. It's not a great spot, but I think we can still peel one in late positions. Obviously having pocket 4s, having a diamond would be better. The 9 is a good card for my range. We could consider leading small with our hand, then sort of turning it into a bluff, but not the biggest fan, to be honest. Just going to check forward the turn, and I get a follow. Well, sorry, 78. That's the only number I was able to read. Apologies there, but thanks very much. Feel free to let me know how to pronounce your name in the chat. Went for a loose 3-bet here, button against cutoff. But in the anti games, you want to play a little bit looser than in the normal 6-max or non-anti games. So I think it's fine. Opponent is in the tank and lets it go. We get pocket 9s. Definitely a hand we're going to play. If our friend opens again. Ishtabob is now also following. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. Good to have you on board, guys. Thanks for the follow. Also a good reminder for myself to turn on the stream notification or the follow notification. The sound is not working, but can try to fix that for the next stream. Alright, and interesting hand developing here. We get a squeeze from the recreational. This is gonna be strong in general, but obviously for a size like this, we can never really fold. Could be that he's kind of giving away his hand strength, and the small squeeze is weaker and the larger squeeze is stronger. Fortunately, we don't have a club in our hand, so we'll see how it proceeds. He proceeds with a small bet. This is a tricky spot. I think I'm still calling one, although having the button behind is really annoying, because, you know, if he calls or raises, we're basically dead. There's going to be very few hands that are weaker than 9s that he's going to call, but against the big blind, he might just see bet 1 with ace king and then check it down. We see a check now. If the option of checking or betting really small, I think I like betting really small. Don't think I'm going to get check raised here. Let's go even smaller. I just want to get a call and get a cheap showdown, really. Lose less if he has 10s plus. Queen and river, he could make ace queen, just checking down, hoping he has ace 5, ace 8. Yeah, I did have pocket aces, but we kind of lost the very, very minimum there. We could just check, but then on the river we're in a somewhat uncomfortable situation where we don't really know, is he bluffing with ace king or does he have aces? Like this, we get value from ace king, and if he's not check raising over pairs, he's not check raise bluffing ace king, we just have a really, really easy bet fold. CERN B88 asks, what's the challenge? So the challenge is to go from 500 bucks to 5k. I think this is day 13 now. We're at almost 800 bucks, and yeah, that's the challenge. Trying to get to 5k, basically how to escape the micros and make it to mid stakes. That's the idea behind the challenge that we're doing here. Yeah, I'm gonna stream everything live on Twitch for you guys to follow along, and hope you enjoyed. We flopped middle set, very nice, a few hands going, but we'll start here. Gonna start with a small bet there. Get 2 calls, which is good. Diamond is not great on the turn. Now the question is, do I check or do I bet? I think I'm continuing just to bet small, getting value from ace-x that might not reopen, and at the same time don't think there's going to be enough bluffs, and then we do just take it down. Table 2 went for a small bet on the flop, ace came in on a turn. I think now we can go for a bet. Can we even go for a large bet? Maybe like a medium-sized bet with kings here. Should be fine. We take it down. Again, I want to get called from a 10 or 9 there, so I think betting is better than checking. Here we open raise, we see with the flop, bet the turn, double barrel, and take it down. Just a lot of small pots with our strong hands. We're not really getting value, but that's fine. Here with ace queen against the recreational who opened, I can call, I can 3-bet. Gonna go for a 3-bet this time. Just don't really want to see a 4-bet. We see a call, we get a king high flop, that's quite good. Starting with a small c-bet. And unfortunately we get a raise. If I had the backdoor draws here, if the raise was a little small, I think we could call. I think like this looks more like we just have to fold. In early positions maybe we can do something. I think here we have to fold. Table 2 we isolate. He check called the flop, and now leads out large for pot bet sizing. Again, I think we just have a fold. One of his few small pots, lost a few small pots. Let's continue. Fish will often 3-bet small with aces. Yeah, definitely can be aces, but if we just always fold when they 3-bet small, you know, they would completely own us. And overall, we just gotta make sure to not overfolding, especially a hand like 9s. It plays fairly easy post. Table 1, we're going for the cold 4-bet. with the ace queen. It's kind of okay if we get called, but obviously if you get any more action, we're just out. It's definitely a bluff if you want to call it that way. But we're doing okay. We're getting called by jacks, 10s, 9s that have 50% equity against us. If we fold those hands, it's great too. Maybe we get called by ace jack suited. Opponent's deep in the tank. Not sure what he's thinking about. Well, I guess some like pocket 9s, pocket 8s. Not sure. He's not sure what to do. Here with 3-bet, we're going for a c-bet. Turn doesn't improve us. Don't have a diamond. Don't. This is an interesting hand to go for triple barrel actually. So gonna do that, I think. Bet the turn. We get another quick call, and on a brick, plan is to jam here. We don't block any of the flush draws. I'm sure if he has a 10, he might have even jammed it in, or a turn on a double flush draw board. If he's a king, he's in a tough spot now. Is he going to fold? I don't know. But we have aces. We have ace king. He has all the missed draws that are going to snap fold here. But he didn't snap fold, so he has something. But we do get it through. So that's great. With the ace queen there, we blocked the strongest 10x that you have. Ace 10, queen 10. Table 5, we're doing to defend. Got a lot of action now. See, an 88 asks, 888, you're moving up limits as you go. Yes, I'm moving up limits as I go. Once we reach 1k, we'll take shots at 15L. So basically, whenever I have 20 binds, I'm going to move up. That's the plan. As I said, maybe already mix in 1 or 2 tables of 15L. If we have 900 bucks, maybe we'll already move in a table of 200 when we only have like 1.2k or something. On table 5, we go for the code 4-bet jam. There's a lot of dead money out there. We're out of position with ace king. We have a strong hand, but 4-betting and then getting low flops plays somewhat difficult. So we just stick the money in right now. We get a call. Here's queen, so it's a big flip. King on the flop, which is great. Can we hold? No queen, please. There's no queen. We win another one. Awesome. And table 2, we're squeezing with pocket jacks. I want to see a fold from EP ideally, or at least a call. Now MP, interesting. If he's 4-bet jamming now, we could kick out the other guy. Get a decent flop. He could have queens here occasionally, but I think he can also have 10s and 9s. So I'm still going to c-bet here with my pocket jacks. And we take it down. On table 3, we caught again a really, really small 3-bet from the recreational. Maybe he has aces again. Maybe he doesn't. We'll find out. And larger bet. We just have to fold. A small 3-bet gives a good price to set man. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. I'm going to 3-bet this one here. And Clooney, how are you doing, Clooney? Crushing the Microstakes. Yeah. Have to do another stream for the Bankroll challenge, and PokerStars is down anyway. At least earlier was down. Not sure how long it's gonna be down, so can't really grind the normal stakes that I grind. So thought I'm gonna do a quick stream for the Bankroll challenge, just 15-20 more minutes, and then I have to leave. How are you doing, Clooney? Let me know if I'm playing well against the fishes in the Microstakes, or if you have some advice. Alright, let's zoom out. At the moment we don't have any hands. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. King 10 is a little bit too weak to 3-bet against hijack. Table 6, we have ace king. There's no more recreationals on that table, which isn't great. Obviously your win rate increases a lot if you have recreationals on your tables. But that's not going to stop us. We're going to 3-bet the ace king. And table 4, we open raise to go into c-bet. And on table 2, we went for 3-bet. This guy's quite short, which isn't ideal. I think it's close. Actually, I think I'm going to check this back. I really don't want to get raised. We have some nice backdoor potentials. Goes check, check. He checks quite quickly again. Could take the showdown of my ace high. Which I think I'm probably going to do. I don't think I folded better ace x unless I bet twice. And now I think I'm going to just bluff pretty much everything, hoping to fold out better ace high hands. Maybe even threes deuces at this point. I have so much ace king in my range that checks back the flop here. We do take it down. Even though I have some showdown value against Jack 10, Queen 10 sometimes, I think I can even fold some better ace high hands that basically forced to check fold unless they're really curious. So yeah, take down that one as well. No more hands at the moment. Four, six, even against min open, it's a bit too weak. Table 5, we have a playable hand. Sitting 200 big blinds deep could get quite interesting. Against hijack, gonna go ahead and 3-bet this. Against the 4-bet in these positions, I think we just fold. Might continue king jack, queen jack. Now with an interesting board. Gonna start off with a check. Could range bet, wouldn't be the worst, but I think you can also play like a half pot and check strategy, and then 10 falls nice into the check, and after it goes check, check, I think I want to build my range again around like medium jack x that I checked on the turn. So just going to check again. We see another check, and now we're going to value bet. Question is just which sizing. Don't think we're losing too much here, but we also need to get called by worse, so I think the sizing is just like a block bet-ish sizing. Getting called by 10-9, pocket nines maybe. We do take it down, perfect. On table 4 we defended against the large size with the gut shot and the back doors. But we're just gonna have to fold to a bet now on the turn, even though we picked up a deuce. It's not gonna be strong enough if we face another barrel here. See a check back. The queen should be a good card. I don't think he bets many queen x large on the flop. So I think I'm gonna have flushes. I'm gonna have queen x hands. It's gonna be really hard to see me on too many bluffs. Going for the overbet here on the river. We do take it down. Going to double barrel here after we 3-bet. This might not seem like the greatest, but we have two great outs. We fold out 9s, 10s. Seems to have been the wrong time, but I think this is an okay bluff. We also put a lot of pressure on like a weak ace 5, ace 10, ace jack with no flush draw. Like they're basically bluff catching, right? Because I'm only betting ace king or better here. So I think this is an okay bluff on the turn. although it might not seem like it. It's like pocket eights in this position doesn't really have any showdown value. Question is just, do we want to give up or do we want to bluff it? I think it's an okay bluff. Here, 3-betting against EP. If we face anything else other than a call, we just fold. This flop in these positions might actually be better for him because he's gonna have 10s, 8s, jacks pretty much always. Open raising and then calling. I have an open ender or like a double gut shot, so I'm just going to check this back and then bluff later. Even if I have an overpair and all the money goes in, I'm not going to be happy here. So I think I want to make sure at least see all 5 cards, and once he checks now, I can bet. I can check back a king jack on the flop and go for this delayed stab now on the turn. Obviously hoping we don't get check raised on the turn. But I think most people are going to bet out their strong hands now. We obviously get auto folds from all the lower pocket pairs. And if he just calls now, I think he caps himself quite a lot. I could have jacks 10 still in my check back range. He calls, and this is interesting now. I think I really want to go for the jam here. If I did check back aces or jacks, that's probably how I would play those hands. Now we could go for a normal bet as well, but I want to apply the max pressure. Obviously we lose, sometimes run into jacks here, but I think this is a decent play. We don't block the flush draws, which is very important in this line. Those are going to be his snap folds. If he has a hand like ace 10, it's going to be in a really tough spot, then we do just take it down. Applying the max pressure there. It's going to be tough for him to defend here. Once the flop goes check check, he doesn't lead out. Gonna reduce the amount of sets and 2 pairs that he has, and then he faces a bet and only check calls. Again, it's gonna make him very 1 pair heavy. And we could have just checked back aces, we could have checked back kings, we could have checked back pocket jacks here. Obviously lots of potential draws, but I think people don't really think that you're taking this line with bluffs, so probably getting a lot of respect there. But maybe we also just were up against the flush draw and got lucky. Who knows? Gonna defend the pocket 6s here. And here we have a really interesting hand developing in table 2. Going for the large code forward imposition against a very loose and splashy recreational. Don't want to stack up pre-flop ideally. You see a call, pretty innocent looking flop. Gonna go for a small bet. Really want him to continue with his ace highs that we're dominating. We see a quick call, we get the ace, this is the dream spot. Now hopefully we can stack his weaker a6. Gonna be a turn where I will barrel a lot in his eyes. We do get another call, we get a brick on the river, we lose to ace 10 of clubs, and that's pretty much it. So hope he has ace queen, hoping he has. Would prefer to keep the SPR a little bit smaller just so it's under 100 big blinds for him to call off. But I don't think he's folding an ace at this point. He could have pocket 10s, obviously pocket 9s for the omega nuts, but they're definitely jamming for value, and unfortunately we get a fold here. We'll definitely take it, another reasonable sized pot. Think it made sense the way we played it. Could have maybe sized up turn a little bit, but it's like if he's an ace, he's probably not folding anyway. And then if he doesn't have an ace, I want to make sure I get one more street of value and don't, you know, allow him to get away from jacks, 10s, queens on the turn already. Alright, gonna do another 10 more minutes before I sit out. And yeah, since I have to go, but seems like a decent session so far. Obviously going to share the results at the end of the stream. And then update the Bankroll challenge right now. You can type !! Bankroll if you're curious how the last session went and what the current Bankroll is. We're halfway to NR50, I think, a little bit over halfway. Let me see if anybody said something on YouTube that I missed. Nathan, sorry, I don't know how you can play so many tables. I just played 3 tables. And playing 4 tables gets way too overwhelming when I have action on 3 tables at the same time. Plus club WB time is 15 seconds. It's just practice, Nathan. That's really all there is. The more you play, the easier it gets. But to be honest, I'm also not the guy that plays that can play too many tables at once. So 6 tables is definitely my max, even off stream. I don't really play more than 8 tables, and I also only play 6 tables if I'm what do I want to say? Like 6 tables on my normal limits, and streaming would be too much, so then I would also go down to 4 tables. You have to be smart to play 6 tables. It's crazy watching Tricker play on 8. Yeah, Tricker, I've seen him stream. He's impressive playing 8 tables, streaming, also streaming the challenge, the World Cash Game, Mid-Stakes World Cash Game, World Cash Game, World Championship. Sorry, finally got it. It's really impressive how people can stream and play so many tables at a very, very high level. But yeah, with practice you definitely get there. And as I said, these are not my normal limits, so it's a little bit easier for me than if I had to play my regular stakes. Alright, we open up Ace King. Two recreationals in the blind, so this is a dream spot here. Hopefully we can get involved with either one of them. Small blind is tanking. We do get a call. Queen high flop. Let's start off with a small c-bet. Lots of good turns to barrel on. We do face a check raise. Ace king with backdoor third call. King 10, king jack, king ace king without anything. I think we just let it go. Table 4. Got a flat on the small one, which is interesting. Decent board. Basically never has a deuce. You can have 10s, jacks occasionally, but want to deny some more equity from overcards, get value from the weaker pocket pairs right away. Table 2 we defend pocket 5s and we flop middle set. Things are looking good. We see a small c-bet, just going to raise this up with a set there. Hoping to get a call. Get 3-bet on this board. This is I mean, I don't think he should really ever 3-bet here. Could consider just 4-bet clicking this, but I think I just gonna let him spew this and just call here. Turn is a 4. Shouldn't change all that much. I'm gonna check here. If he's ace king aces, he should still be quite happy with his hand. Goes for a very, very large bet. This is interesting. Tempted to just jam this, to be honest. Does he really have... Oh, this is interesting in 25 and L. No info on the guy. I mean, never worried about not being ahead. Just the question is, how do I get the money in? Do I let him bluff here? Just really don't think he's bluffing. And there's some action killer like the 3, the 6, another diamond. So I'm just gonna jam this. I'd be really surprised to see a fold there. Like, he has to have like absolute ace 10 of air, like just completely spazzing. We don't see a snap call, which isn't great. Wow, he actually did fold. That's crazy. Not sure what takes the line. Ace king goes for the nit fold on a turn, maybe. But then, you know, there's a lot of turns where he's also just going to, sorry, a lot of rivers where he's just going to check this back. Don't mind it. We didn't have a diamond in our hand, you know, letting our opponent have the chance of having diamond draws. If he folds a diamond draw, you know, he had lots of equity himself, so I think it's fine to just jam it in against such a large bet there. Gonna start with a small c-bet here with the aces. Take it down. Table 6 we are 4-betting. It's a bit loose, but king queen is a nice hand to 4-bet. We take it down. We block aces. Sorry, we block kings. We block queens. We block ace king. So that's always great. Table 5 defended because the open base is a little smaller. Could bet here when he checks us, but checking back is standard line. And yeah, going to sit out next big blind because I have to leave, guys. And I want to show the results. Turn king. We're just going to check it one more time. It's interesting. I would expect a lot of bets there, but just going to check it once more. On the river king, feeling pretty confident about my hand. A 10 very often see with the flop. King very often bets the turn. So we lose to 8s, 9s, which we block as well. I think I'm actually going to value bet this for a half pot sizing here, trying to get a hero call from an ace high. We have a lot of random air hands, and if he doesn't think that we're value betting a 7, I think he might get curious. And the king would bet larger, a 10 would bet the flop. So in his eyes, we might not wrap a lot, and he can flick in, you know, if he has a 4, definitely, but maybe even a random ace high. But he just lets it go this time. Table 3, big all in, ace against ace king. So yeah, we're gonna play last few hands and then call it a session. Tompa in the chat, hey man. Also feel free to leave a follow for the algorithm. How's the challenge going? Yeah, last session was a little losing session, but apart from that, I think we just won pretty much all the sessions, so it's going really, really well. And I think today we can also book another winning session. But if you're curious, just exclamation mark bankroll, should see a Google sheet there. And otherwise, you can check out the Discord. We have a channel there, bankroll, where both me and Peter post updates on how the challenge is going. We have a big all-in on table 4. What happened here? River check raise takes it down. Interesting. Table 3, we open raise the queen 10. People playing really, really slow, which is annoying. Everybody tanks and pre-flop for no reason. Table 5, we have an open raise, we get a 3-bet. I think this hand we're just gonna let it go.